ray backward, it is meeting at focus. So for the both the lenses, this statement is valid, but here it will have real focus, here it will have virtual focus. Hope you are clear with this. So the first point says, if you send a ray passing parallel to the principal axis, after refraction the ray will pass through focus, or the ray will appear to pass through focus in the case of concave lens. Okay, so second point, a ray passing through focus after refraction will emerge parallel to the principal axis. Okay, you can see they are sending a ray through f1 in the case of convex lens. When you send a ray passing through focus, so after refraction the ray will emerge parallel to the principal axis. So in the case of concave lens, if you send a ray appearing to pass through focus, after refraction it will emerge parallel to the principal axis. So for the both the lenses, the statement is valid. Okay, so the second one says that if you send a ray passing through focus, after refraction the ray will emerge parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so the third one, if a ray passes through optical center O, it passes without any deviation. So I already said you this in the previous slide. So if you are sending a ray which is passing through optical center, it will go without any deviation, because at that point we consider that as a glass slab. Okay, so that is the reason the ray there will be slight variation, but we will neglect it. Okay, so we will consider it as it will go without any deviation. So hope you have understood the tips for drawing ray diagram. I will repeat it once again. If you are sending a ray passing parallel to the principal axis, after refraction it will pass through focus. If you send a ray passing through focus, after refraction it will emerge parallel to the principal axis. If you send a ray passing through optical center, it will go undeviated. Okay, so these are the three rules or tips you should remember while drawing the ray diagrams in the case of lenses. Okay, so now we will move on to the ray diagram. So here, so image formation by convex lens for various position of object. So we will place object at various positions and we will identify where exactly the image will fall and what is the nature of the image and what is the size of the image. Okay, so let us go one by one. So first we will place the object at infinity. When the object is at infinity, what will happen? So this is position of image, this is nature of image, and this is size. Okay, so we will discuss all these things for every position of the object. Okay, so first, when the object is placed at infinity, so these are the two rays. So these are the two rays. So these two rays after refraction, so they are meeting at focus. Okay, so since the rays are actually meeting, what kind of image we will get? We will always get real image, and we know real image is always inverted. So since the rays are at meeting at focus, the image is of point sized or it is highly diminished. Okay, so when the object is at infinity, so position of the image will be at focus f2. So I already said you in the previous slide, so in the case of lenses we will have two focuses and two center of curvatures, and center of curvature and radius of curvature are related to each other. So center of curvature is nothing but r, so but r is nothing but 2f. Okay, so here this will become 2f1, this will become 2f2. Clear, because this is f1 and this is f2. So when the object is placed at infinity, the position of the image will be at f2 and nature of the image is real and inverted and size of the image is point sized or highly diminished. Okay, so now we will place the object behind 2f. Beyond 2f we will place the object. So here this is f1, this is f2. Sorry, this is 2f1. Okay, so this is f2, this is 2f2. So we are placing the object here behind 2f1. So when the object is placed beyond 2f1, so one ray will send it parallel to the principal axis. So what happens after refraction? So here this is the ray I am sending. So after refraction the ray will pass through focus. So one more ray I am sending through optical center. It will go without any deviation. So these two rays will meet at this point. So when the two rays meet at one point after refraction, that is the point where we will get the image of the object. Okay, so in the case of the object placed beyond 2f1, the image will be obtained between f2 and 2f2. So this is f2 and this is 2f2. Between f2 and 2f2 we are getting the image. So you can see image is inverted, that is the rays are actually meeting, so it is real and it is inverted. So you can see the size of the object and image, the size of the image is small or diminished. Okay, so when the object is placed beyond 2f1, so we will get the image, the position of the image will be between f2 and 2f2, and its nature is real and inverted, and size is small or diminished. Okay, so next we will place the object at 2f1. 2f1 in the sense it is exactly on the center of curvature. Okay, so in the case of mirror, when you place the object at center of curvature, you got the image on the same point, but it is real and inverted. Here also it is same, so but there is a slight variation. So when you place the object at 2f1, so see this is 2f1, so this is 2f2, this point is 2f2. So one ray will pass like one ray will pass parallel to the principal axis. After refraction it will go like this. One more ray I will consider it through through optical center. So these two rays will meet at exactly 2f2. So here also 2f2 in the sense it is the other center of curvature, that is C2. Okay, so in this case what happens, when the object is placed at 2f1, the image also will be produced at 2f2, and it is real and inverted, and size of the image will be same as size of the object. Okay, hope you are clear with this. Okay, next, so next we will place the object between uh, two f1 and f1. Okay, so here see we are placing the object, this is 2f1, this is f1, between these two we are placing the object AB. Okay, so one ray we will pass parallel to the principal axis. After refraction it will pass through focus. One more ray we will consider it is passing through optical center. So if you see the image, it is formed behind 2f2. Okay, the image is formed behind 2f2. So the image is formed behind 2f2, and you can see the size of the image, it is slightly enlarged compared to the object, and it is real and inverted. The image is enlarged. Okay, so when you place the object between 2f1 and f1, you will get image beyond 2f2, and it is real and inverted, and it is enlarged. So next we will place the object at f1, exactly at focus 1. So when we place the object at focus 1, so what happens, one ray will pass through focus 2, one more ray is passing through optical center. Since these two rays are parallel, so we will imagine that the rays will meet at infinity. So that means image will be formed at infinity. So whatever the image formed will be real and inverted, and since it is formed at infinity, the size of the image is considered as highly enlarged. Okay, so when you place the object at focus f1, the image will be formed at infinity, and the image formed nature will be real and inverted, and it is highly enlarged. So last position is we'll place the object between f1 and optical center. So when we place the object between optical center f1 and optical center, so here this is 2f1, this is f1, this is optical center. So we are placing the object between optical center and focus 1. So when we place the object between focus 1 and optical center, so one ray we will consider going parallel to the principal axis. After refraction it is passing through focus 2. One more ray I will consider through optical center. So when you draw these two rays backwards, so the rays will meet on the same side of the object, that is at this point. You can see object side is small compared to the image size. Clearly you can see object size is object size is uh, small compared to the size of the image. So position of the image will be on the same side of the object, and image, as the rays are appearing to meet, the image is virtual and erect, and the image is enlarged. Okay, so hope you are clear with these concepts. So I will repeat it once again. So first we will place the object at infinity. So when we place the object at infinity, so we will get the image at focus 2, and nature of image is real and inverted. Size of the image will be point sized or highly diminished. So then we will place the object behind 2f1. So when we place the object behind 2f1, so we will get the image between f2 and 2f2, and it is real and inverted, and it is small and diminished. The size of the image is small or diminished. So now we will place the object at 2f1, that is center of curvature 1. So we will get the image at 2f2, that is c2. You can say it as c2, center of curvature 2, and the image obtained nature will be real and inverted. Size is same size of the object. So next we will place the object between 2f1 and f1. So when we place the object between 2f1 and f1, we will get the image beyond 2f2, and it is real and inverted and enlarged. So next we will place the object at f1. When we place the object at f1, so the image will be produced at infinity. It is real and inverted, and it is highly enlarged. So finally we will place the object between focus 1 and optical center. So we will get the image on same side of the object, and it is virtual and erect, and it is enlarged. So these are the concepts you need to understand. So when you solve the problems, these concepts are very important. So know the image formation, know where the position will fall exactly, know the nature as well as size of the image formed. Okay, so now we will discuss about image formation in the case of concave lens. So image formation in the case of concave lens. So first we will consider object at infinity. So two rays we can consider, two or more than two rays we can consider, but for the formation of image we require minimum of two rays. So one ray after refraction it will diverge like this. So one ray after refraction it will diverge like this. When you draw these divergent rays backwards, they will meet at focus, that is they will meet at f1. So f1 is the point where the two rays are meeting. So that is where the point of the image, that is image is formed at f1. As the you can see from the figure, as they are meeting at f1, the image is highly diminished, or you can say it as point sized. Since the rays are appearing to meet, so whatever the image formed will be virtual. If it is virtual, it is always erect. So when you place the object at infinity in the case of concave lens, you will get the image at f1, and image formed will be virtual and erect, and it is highly diminished or point sized. So next case, so when we place the object between infinity and optical center, so this case is constant. So if we place object at 2f1 or beyond 2f1 or between 2f1 and f1 or between f1 and o, so we will get the image at the same point, and the nature of the image will be same, and size of the image also will be same. That is why we will consider only one case, that is we will place the object between infinity and optical center. When we place the object between infinity and optical center, so one ray, so from the object AB, one ray will diverge like this. So one ray you take passing through optical center. So when you draw this divergent ray backward, so it is meeting at this point. So you can see the size of the image, it is diminished. Since the rays are appearing to meet, we can call it as virtual image. Since it is virtual, we can call it as erect. So in the case of object placed between infinity and optical center, the image will be obtained between f1 and optical center. uh, the nature of the image will be virtual and direct, and size is diminished. Hope you have understood. So one thing I want to say is, in the case of lenses, so convex lens, whatever the image formation or size position of the image nature you follow in the case of convex lens, so will be almost similar to concave mirror. Okay, concave mirror, whereas convex lens will be similar to uh, concave lens will be similar to convex mirror. So concave lens uh, ray diagram and concave mirror ray diagram, position of image nature and size almost same. Okay, in the case of convex mirror and concave lens, uh, the position of the image nature and size are almost same. So if you remember convex lens and concave mirror, or if you remember convex mirror and concave lens, so you can easily solve different kinds of problem, and you can easily say the nature, position of image and size.